Hey everybody, it's me, Greg Mannarino. How are you today? It is Wednesday, January 20th, 2016. Before we even get started, let me just say I'm sorry I have missed the last several days with doing one of these video blogs. I have been sick with some kind of a flu bug. Still got it, but improving. With that said, wow, what a day on Wall Street today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 566 points at one particular time. We finished down roughly 260 points. There was some wave of buying in the middle of the day. Who's buying here? Well, I think you can probably put that one together in your own head. Who would want to get into this market and catch a falling knife like this? No sane individual. That is the truth. We have pressure from so many directions on the stock market at this time. It's hard to get your head around. No doubt about it. Crude oil is playing a role. We are in a global slowdown, people. Despite what's coming out of the mouths of politicians, specifically President Obama, saying that the United States economy is just fine. Well, we're not just fine. We still have a money velocity, the rate at which cash is moving through an economy near historic lows. We still have a labor force participation rate near historic lows. Without these two metrics, you cannot have an economic recovery. Understand, can't do it. Let me just talk about something real quick before I move forward here. Um, what people are failing to understand, and this really is the financial pundits on the mainstream. Again, they have something to sell you here. Is this when you have world central banks stimulating and printing cash out of thin air? What are they trying to do? They're trying to pull forward demand from the future. You understand? It doesn't automatically create more sustained demand. So at one point, all of this has to balance out. Are we at that moment now? We very well may be. There is no doubt in my mind, and I am more than certain if you follow this blog or even have a few functioning brain cells, that we are in a multiple bubble market and inverse bubbles as well. We have a bubble in debt, which is absolutely monumental. It's a Frankenstein, which is going to engulf the earth at one particular time. This debt can never be paid back, so the value is zero. It's pretty incredible. Let's just talk about that real quick. The U.S. 10-year today went below 2%. So that is pretty incredible in an environment where the Federal Reserve has supposedly raised interest rates. They've raised the federal funds rate. Well, the market ain't buying it. Obviously, rates are coming down. They're not going up here. The Federal Reserve really is an institution of inept individuals who are playing politics. And the price that's going to be paid for that, the collusion between our policymakers, the president specifically, and the central bank, um, unfortunately, is going to hurt a lot of people in ways that they have no idea about. Anyway, so all of this, people, seems to be reaching some kind of a breaking point. Crude oil is continuing to drop. We have clearly broken through technical barriers there too, and I don't believe we're done. The bottom is not in with regard to crude oil, in my opinion, here at this time. Um, and this stock market has a lot further to fall to be anywhere near reality. It is so distorted, again, by this debt bubble, which has inflated an equity market bubble, which has twisted everything. There's no price discovery mechanism whatsoever anywhere. I don't care where you want to look. You want to look at currencies, that's not real. You want to look at housing, that's not real. You want to look at the stock market, that's not real. The value of this debt is zero because it can never be paid back. It is a liability of epic proportions. Again, something that we're all going to have to deal with at one time. We're already hearing about issues in the debt market, and there's no doubt again in my mind that this is going to unfold very badly, and that's going to again wreak havoc on the average person globally, because this is not just an issue here in the United States. This is a resource problem, which I have covered so many times. This is not just a financial issue when we're talking about the debt here. It is an issue of such a magnitude. It's it's frightening. It's really the truth here. So what can we expect moving forward? Will this market continue to fall in a linear fashion? I sincerely doubt it. Will we get bounces from time to time? Absolutely we will. But I still feel pressure is down on this market to move lower. So we'll see how that plays out moving forward here. Going to be very, very interesting to see how the next week or so just plays out. And we'll try to take advantage of that by getting in and out of positions, which I again posting on my site traderschoice.net. You need to be betting against this debt, absolutely no doubt about that. Acquiring precious metals here, you know how I feel about that if you've been with me all these years. And becoming your own central bank, and that again means acquiring precious metals, getting out of their system, give them back their pieces of paper with numbers printed on them, backed by nothing. Backed by nothing. Every bill they print out of thin air is an unbacked liability being dispersed by a bankrupt government. That's all they are. Period. You want to hold that? That's fine. But you know what I believe is a better long-term play here, and that is beyond any shadow of any doubt, precious metals here. They are part of that inverse bubble that I referred to earlier, and there is so much fakery and so much manipulation going on with regard to it. That's how you know where you need to be, period. With that said, let's see what happens as we move forward. I will see you soon. Over now.